For me and my family, every day is an adventure. And some days are better than others. And even though on the outside I may seem like I have it all together, I'm not quite sure that I'm doing it all right. So join me on this adventure as I navigate wife life, mom life, boss life, and everything in between.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Hi guys, good morning. So I'm here today getting ready to make some homemade blueberry muffins for the girls for breakfast, and I'll probably scramble a little bit of eggs with it for some protein as well. But while I was here, I figured I might as well use this opportunity to have a little story time and tell you a little bit about my pregnancy journey, kind of how it started, what has happened since I've been pregnant, and kind of where we are now, just to get you guys caught up. So I'd like to start off by saying this pregnancy was not planned. It was a beautiful surprise that came on the heels of a tragic loss. So last year, I'll just start from the beginning. Last year in March of 2023, I went to Belize. I took that trip for a transformational life coaching retreat with Sister Naira and Brother David of the Repair of the Black Family, and it was amazing. While I was there, I had the opportunity to meet with a herbalist, and I figured it was as good a time as any to be able to speak to someone about the issues that I was having, my PCOS. So I spoke with the herbalist, and he gave me some herbs to take, a whole female regimen. But he put the emphasis on one specific herb, and that was wild yam root. I started taking the wild yam root, and within a month of taking it, just this, with a little bit of another herb called allspice, I took those two together, and within a month I was pregnant, to my surprise. No, that wasn't my objective. My objective was to balance my hormones, to get rid of some of the issues that I was having, such as missed periods, hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, anxiety, weight fluctuation, you name it. So when I got pregnant, like, I was put off. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, is this something that typically happens when you're taking these herbs? And he says, oh yeah, well, with the wild yam root, that can actually be a side effect. Oh, I made a total mess here, because it can increase your fertility. So now I'm looking like, sir, you probably should have told me that prior to taking it, so I could have taken precautions. But, you know, God's timing is God's timing, so I just went right along with it. Now, I will say that I was able to hold the pregnancy for only about 8 or 9 weeks. And the reason why I wasn't able to go longer than that was because my progesterone was too low. By the time I got into the doctor and they were able to figure that out and prescribe me something, it was a little bit too late. I had already began to miscarry. So even though I wasn't expecting or trying to be pregnant, a loss is a loss, and it's still devastating. And my heart goes out to all the women who have ever experienced that type of loss. I know how difficult it can be. So fast forward to later in the year, I decided, you know what? I'm not feeling too good. I'm having aches and pains. I want to get myself together. let me contact this guy again and find out how I can use these herbs to get healthy. I was having issues with my blood pressure. I was showing signs of insulin sensitivity. I was having swelling in my joints. I just knew I had to change something. So I began first doing a raw vegan diet. So I started out with just fruits. Then I moved to raw fruits and vegetables, and I did that for 45 days. At the end of that 45-day period, I found out I was pregnant again. Now, I think that I started taking the herbs around maybe day 31 or 32 of that cleanse, so not the entire time. And this time I took, again, this wild yam root, but I also took this other herb that he recommended. Oh, this is the allspice. So this is the allspice. So then from there, around day 31-ish, I started taking the herbs, and by the end of that 45-day period, I was pregnant again. So this was in November. I started, I found out I was pregnant in November. So from there, I totally wasn't expecting to be pregnant again. What actually happened was I had ordered a few household items from Walmart, just small things that I needed for the girls for homeschool. And when the box came, Sadiq was home, so he grabbed it off the porch. I was like, this box is huge. What could be in that box? So we opened the box, and there was a baby mobile. So he calls me, and he's like, Tim, did you order a baby mobile? Is there something you want to tell me? I was like, I didn't order a baby mobile, but it was a blue baby mobile. So I said, OMG. I think my period is late. Can I be pregnant? Am I possibly pregnant? No, I'm not pregnant. I can't be pregnant because my period was late, but I had taken a test. Actually, I had taken 2 tests. I had taken one the day after it was late, and then I had waited a few more days and taken another one, and both of them were negative. So I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. As the day went on, I kind of thought about it a little bit more. I said, let me go ahead and take this pregnancy test just for good measure. And when I say as soon as I took the test, the line popped up. And I just sat there for a minute on the toilet, and I began to weep, and I called Sadiq to come into the bathroom, but I was like, look at this, I'm pregnant. And we both just kind of stood there in shock and in awe again, because this time we thought we had taken the proper precautions to keep the herbs from having that effect. But not only did they increase my fertility, they caused me to ovulate more than one time. So the first ovulation, which was my normal ovulation that I had been tracking and it was fine, we were clear there. That second one that I didn't know about, that's where we got caught up at. And the herbs were actually working, so it was hard for me to know that they were causing these other side effects. Although positive, I had no idea they were occurring because my night flashes, my hot flashes and night sweats had stopped. My anxiety was gone, and I just felt better overall. I actually had lost a lot of weight too because of the cleanse that I was on. So hold on, I'm gonna cream this butter and sugar. So I really need another hand mixer. Mine broke. So I'm using this, and this is probably not the best or the safest thing to be doing, but gotta get breakfast made. So good old ingenuity. So that happens. I immediately realize I'm pregnant. I go to the doctor at the earliest available appointment. I let them know that I need to be seen right away because of the issues I had with the last pregnancy. I also go to an independent ultrasound place and schedule an ultrasound to see baby. That's how I found out that I was not as far along as I thought. So it wasn't the first ovulation when I got pregnant. It was the second one that happened 2 weeks later. And then when I got to the doctor, they did all the necessary blood tests, and they determined this time that, again, my progesterone was low. It wasn't as low as it was the first time. So I had a little bit of a better chance of maintaining the pregnancy. They did write me a prescription for it, but I took 2 pills and I felt absolutely horrible from it. So I prayed on it. I just said, God, if it's your intention for me to have this baby, then it will be your will that it happens on its own. And I stopped taking the medication. So from there, I went on business as usual. I was fine the first couple of weeks. And then right before Christmas, my whole family and I got the flu. When we got the flu, I felt like I was dying, okay? It was the worst feeling in the world because I couldn't take anything. And my immune system, as you know, was weak because of the pregnancy. But, and I even had a couple of scares during that time. I had some bleeding and spotting that occurred for several days, and I actually thought I was going to miscarry again, but he had other plans, and I was able to sustain the pregnancy even through that flu very early on. Up until that point, I felt fine. I had no symptoms, no issues. Everything was going well. After I recovered from the flu, it's like everything hit me at once. All of this nausea, vomiting, lightheadedness, dizziness, just swarmed in and took over my day to day. So the entire time, I have continued to experience these symptoms. They have not been alleviated. I have them essentially since December, and it is now May, late May, and the only thing that has changed is the fact that I am not vomiting as much as I was, and the intensity of my nausea has decreased. I basically, the headaches and stuff have went away. The lightheadedness and dizziness come and go, but it's not as prevalent as it was before, so that's a good thing. And right now I am dealing with a symptom that I had in my last pregnancy, which is SPD, and that is pelvic girdle pain. It's also, the SPD stands for symphysis pubic dysfunction, and it can be really, really, really painful. It can be uncomfortable to even just walk, go up and down stairs, get in and out of the car, turn over in bed, any of that. But this time I've been able to manage it a little bit better by going to chiropractor, and I do that once a week, and also by doing some exercises. So I have to kind of show you some of the exercises that I've been doing and how I've been able to keep my pelvis from being as bad as it was last time, because during my last pregnancy I was literally laying in the bed in tears because I was in so much pain. As far as my cravings, I've been craving more of, in the beginning, I would say all I wanted was hot wings. Now, I'm a flexitarian. Most of the time, I don't eat meat, but I'm not going to pretend like I never eat it. Traditionally, I do vegetarian or pescatarian only, but as soon as I got pregnant, I was like, hot wings, must. So I had my hot wings, and I ate those almost every day. And then that craving kind of went away. I was managing the nausea as best I could with lemon. So I was eating a lemon every day. And then from there, I just stopped craving it. I didn't want it anymore. So I then began to have a craving for Southern home cooked meals. So with me being originally from North Carolina, I had some cooking grandmas and aunties that made a lot of soul food, and every time I get pregnant, even though I don't eat those things now, a lot of them I don't, every time I get pregnant I crave it again. So I haven't eaten beef or pork since I was 15 years old, so it's been quite a while, but I do occasionally dab in red meat. So I will have some lamb a couple of times a year, and I have had venison, but it's been probably over 10 years since I last had it. So I'll find creative ways to make my my home cooked Southern dishes, and that's basically like smothered chicken, or smothered hamburgers, rice and gravy, collard greens, fried okra, baked macaroni and cheese, candy yams, just all your traditional Southern food. Wasn't really big on fried chicken like that. Maybe chicken and rice or chicken and pastry, smothered turkey wings, things like that. So that now is starting to subside, and I am craving a lot of fruit. So I want to eat a lot of watermelon, pineapple, kiwi, apples, oranges, mangoes, cucumbers, and tomatoes. So that's kind of where I am right now. And with all that being said, what do you guys think having based off of how my pregnancy journey started, the cravings that I've been having, and kind of where I am now? So I have about 9 weeks until baby is born, and still having nausea, occasional vomiting, and the nausea is whether I eat or don't eat, and pretty much all day. But yeah, other than that, things are going well. So what do you guys think I'm having? So let's look at some of the common wives' tales that we see when it comes to determining the gender of the baby. So they say if you're having cravings that are sweet, it's a girl. If you're having cravings that are salty, it's a boy. If you're having morning sickness, it is a girl. If you're not having morning sickness, it is a boy. Let's see. Then they go on to say if you are sleeping on your left side, it's a boy. If you're sleeping on your right side, it's a girl. If your complexion is clear, it's a boy. If you're having breakouts, it's a girl. So we'll stop there. My cravings have been both salty and sweet. I do have morning sickness. I prefer sleeping on my right side. My complexion is clear. I haven't had any breakouts. So right now I'm kind of leaning on equal footing for both of them, girl or boy. Heart rate. So if the heart rate is higher than 140, so I did have a higher heart rate. My heart rate's come in about 144. So Headaches. Yes, I have had headaches. So they say if you do have headaches, that's yes for a boy and no for a girl. Chills. I don't have, no, it says if you are chill mood or you're irritated. I've been chill. And they say boys usually cause you to be chill. Your body temperature. Cold or hot. I'm hot all the time. All the time. At least I'm not having hot flashes anymore. But I am cold all the freaking time. Then they say if you're carrying the baby high or low. So, not flour, but I think mine's high. My baby's up here. So if you're high and hot, that's a girl. Then they say dad's weight. His dad gained some weight. So they gained some weight. And they say if the man gains weight, then that means that it is a girl. Skin texture, dry or soft. My skin is soft. They say that means that's a girl. And then, look at my cheat sheet. Oh, cold feet. Have my feet been cold? No, because I've been hot all the time. So that would be a no. So based off that, these old wives' tale, it would be leaning more towards a girl. In the beginning of it, it started off a little bit even. You couldn't tell, but by the time we got through the whole list, it was more so looking like a girl. So with 3 girls already, of course, we were hoping for a boy, but what's important is a healthy baby. So I will take what I can get. So you guys let me know what you think we're having, a girl or a boy. Leave a comment down below, and I'll continue to make these blueberry muffins. I'll show you what they come out looking like, and let me know if you want the recipe as well too. Also, if you want to check and see if you guessed correctly, stay tuned. In a couple of days, I will post a reel that shows our very intimate family gender reveal, where it was just the girls and I doing a fun activity where we revealed whether or not we were having a boy or a girl. Thanks for coming and spending time with me again today. I'll see you guys soon. Toodles. Okay guys, so this was my first time making this blueberry muffin recipe. I lost the other one some kind of way. It got deleted off of my computer, and in true Tam fashion, I did not follow the directions. I mixed the stuff any kind of way I wanted to, added extra ingredients, and it was apparent in the way they turned out. So the tops were flat on them. They did not rise much, and I'm not sure why, but it wasn't that big of a deal for me because they tasted really, really yummy. Everybody enjoyed them and they were super fresh. So we'll try again next time.